Look up in the sky, it's a bird. No, it's a plane. No, it's the sun, an actual nuclear fusion device. Again, seeing the world through the eyes of chemistry is fantastic. So that big old ball of energy up in the middle of our solar system is the sun, right? And most people think it's, you know, the fiery pits of hell, but really there's no fire going on there. What we're seeing is a massive nuclear fusion of hydrogen nuclei. So remember, when we talked about the structure of atoms, we said that atoms have a nuclei in the center of the structure. And, you know, we did the Big Bang Theory looking, you know, we had these electrons here. So we have our electrons, and in the center of the atom, we have our nucleus. And the nucleus is made up of two subatomic particles. Remember, protons and neutrons. Okay. So what is the sun doing? It is doing nuclear fusion. And that is how it's creating the massive amount of energy that it does. So what exactly is nuclear fusion, and what is going on in the sun? Anyways, so nuclear fusion is the fusing of nuclei together. Okay, so the sun is a massive amount of hydrogen nuclei. And remember, hydrogen is our very first element, and a hydrogen nuclei is just a single proton. So I've got my one single proton and a second single proton. So I'm going to make a little key. That'll be proton. My protons will be the colorless, the not filled in balls. So if you take two protons and you mash them together in the sun, collide them, you fuse them together, it releases a massive amount of energy, and you actually create a nucleus that is one proton and one neutron. So this will be my neutron. Okay. So we fuse together two proton nuclei and we form a proton and neutron nucleids. More protons are obviously found in the sun. So we grab another proton and add it into this equation and fuse those three together. And what we get is this, nucleus. So it's made up of two protons and one neutron. Okay. You've got a lot of these protons flying around in the sun. You've got a lot of these two subatomic particle nuclei flying around in the sun, and you have a lot of those three subatomic nuclei flying around in the sun. The main reaction is essentially converting a hydrogen nucleus to a helium nucleus. So hydrogen nucleus, again, is just a single proton, and a helium nucleus, so hydrogen, single proton. Helium, element 2, is two protons and two neutrons. Okay. So sun. The sun does that reaction there. So I've shown you over here how you can take two protons and crash them together a bunch. Really, I guess three protons and crash them together to give this subatomic particle or subatomic this nucleus here. And if you end up taking two of those nuclei, so those reactions again are happening again and again and again. So if you take two of those and react them, what you'll get is your helium nucleus, and it'll also eject out two more protons to go zipping around again and creating more collisions and fusing with more other protons and other nuclei that are in the sun. So in a nutshell, this is a very basic overview of the nuclear fusion process that's occurring in the sun on a daily basis. Every second, the sun fuses 500 million metric tons of hydrogen nuclei together. So that's why the sun has so much dang energy behind it. And so hopefully this video will help try to get you prepared to watch the next video where you figure out, what does Einstein's equation really have to do with the sun?